a competitor, but yeah, I mean, just growing up with 5 boys, I guess you just learn you have to survive. So, playing basketball, we love playing basketball, love football, American football, and just like any kind of competitive sport. Like we play ping pong, volleyball, you name it, we go crazy. You know, we're a lot of trash talkers and our brothers, like, you know, and so, and then I work out too a lot, so just everything. I just love sports. It's a good stress relief.
Yeah. And just curious, back to your home life again, who were the people or the sons who helped out your mother?
You know, it's probably my older brother, Danny, the one right above me. He probably has a middle child syndrome too. Yeah, so he had to take care of my mother the most, or was probably more of the girlier, I guess, 역할. But, you know, we all kind of, my mom was really lonely. My mother was really lonely. I mean, there was nobody really, we're just all of us boys, we're just so boy, we're so manly, like, we just do our own thing. So, I think, you know, my mother was definitely lonely for a long time, but finally, you know, our brother's getting married and now having her grandchildren and stuff, so
she must be so excited. And to have, you know, daughter-in-laws.
Yeah, she's having fun.
She's having more on her side now, right? More in there in the count. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your everyday schedule. I mean, every day must be a little bit different. So what's your everyday schedule
Well,
like?
it all depends on what I have. Like, you know, if I have a recording, then it all depends on, you know, usually if I have a recording, I definitely set my schedule around that recording so that I'm prepared to record at the best or optimal level that I can be at. So I would, working out before a recording helps me a lot. So I work out right before the recording. And before that, I just rest up. But other than that, like if I have like TV shows and stuff, it's just on. Like you just do what you gotta do, you know? You start in from a wee hour of the morning, or like back in the day, I had like, it was just so bad where I was doing like nine different things in one day, which means like, okay, I'm not talking about like right next door. I'm talking about going like to Ansan, back to like Apgujeong, to Yeouido, back to here, to there, 9 different shows, 9 different interviews or whatever. And that just, you're just done. You don't even get any sleep and you just keep moving. So
a lot of times you're spent in your car.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the car, that's why, I mean, the car is definitely a sacred place for a lot of the celebrities, and you know, it's their own like personal space where they can be themselves somewhat.
And relax or sleep.
To a certain degree, but if you have that many shows, you're turning on the siren and you're like just flying down the streets. And so, I mean, luckily nowadays, you know, now that I'm a little bit older and have a little years behind me when it comes to, you know, this, in the business, you know, I don't have to push myself to that, to that extreme, I guess.
Well, okay, so we know about your busy work schedule. Now tell us about things that you like to do on your own free time. Like, who is Tim? Besides the singer Tim, you know, recording and a musical, who is Tim? What do you like to do on your free time?
You know, it's funny, like, I'm just like everyone else. I mean, honestly, you'll see me everywhere. Like, just in the places where everyone else would hang out in, you know? I don't really care too much about, I think it's just with the age or the years that I have behind me, just, I guess you don't really think about those things as much anymore. And I go to whichever coffee shop, hang out with friends, just talk. I love watching movies. So even at home, like I have like a stack of DVDs, like a lot of DVDs, and I just watch it on the screen, and friends come over, drink coffee, watch movies, eat. We go bowling, play basketball, work out. It's pretty much just normal thing. You know, I don't do anything extravagant. You would think like you see a celebrity's life and it's gonna be like all like lights and glamour, but it's totally normal.
That's right. Once I saw you in one hamburger place. Yeah, we were just passing in
right
a
across
fast
the street
food.
from
Fast
my place.
food. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, hey, you know, like,
I was like, hey, Tim.
yeah, straight up. That's how we roll. So.
It was pretty late at night. It was like 11:30. But that's when we get off work sometimes, or we're starting to work.
That's not late night. That's prime time.
That's waking up.
That's like, for a lot of the people in our jobs.
Yeah, so tell me about that. When do you, how many hours would you sleep normally?
You know, when I don't have work, I try to sleep at least 8 hours so that
Good
I
for
can,
you.
so that just for health sake. That's been one big thing that I've been trying to fix because when I started working in this business, it really messed up my sleeping schedule. And I would sleep at like 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I couldn't even fall asleep before then because, we would just be so used to that schedule. And then even only sleeping like 2 hours, 3 hours, sometimes even sleeping throughout the afternoon just because you're trying to catch up on sleep. So that's one big thing that I've been trying to fix. And so, I would sleep, like I said, normally like around like, nowadays I'm trying to sleep around at the latest like 1 or 2, but, to be honest, sometimes you end up falling asleep later than that. Still working on things like that. So, but I try to sleep at like 12. So one big thing that was a help for me was going to like a morning prayer.
Oh, good for you.
Where you have to wake up at like 5, so you gotta sleep at like 12 or 11 at the latest. So yeah, that would help my schedule. So I've been trying to do that a little bit here and there. So.
언젠간 한 번쯤은 돌아봐주겠죠. 한없이 뒤에서 기다리며 오늘도 참아 못한 가슴 속 한마디 그댈 사랑합니다.
So tell me, Tim, we know Tim and the bright lights, starlight, superstar, celebrity, all these things, and I know you're a very humble guy too. But it's it's what it is. You are a celebrity, and in your time of being in Korea or even growing up with this many brothers, tell me if there's an incident in your life, maybe a difficult incident, how you overcame it, and what that was in your lifetime.
I'm living. I mean, I think everyone. Has their own story, I think you need those things to definitely grow and mature. And even now, I expect them to be more in the future too. But I think you learn from what you've gone through thus far. I mean, there was a lot of different things that I went through. Just it could be small to certain people, but big to me. It all depends on what it is. But even before I came out with my album, just coming to Korea was such a huge battle for me, personality-wise. You tend to say, "Oh, my personality is this, my personality is that," but you can't really use that as an excuse when you're in this business. You have to grow and adapt. And so growing out of that and fighting yourself, fighting your own, like what truth is and what you know to be true and what people are trying to teach you or manipulate you or manipulate maybe a too